Hi. So this is a quick little video going over the differences between ultimate punching power and just normal punching power. Right. So normal punching power is that you're trying to accelerate the fist such that it hits the bag. Right. So you're trying to what are you hitting the bag with? You're hitting the bag with the fist. And so you want to get the fist going really hard. And then that sort of hits the person like a bullet, whatever you throw it into them, right? And then for even better normal punching power, you start connecting the fist to stuff so that you, like, I want to throw my hips into the person, and not my hips, but like I want to make an object at the time of impact. I want to make an object that's basically like, it's like a stick shaped just like my body. Right, and then I want to throw that object. I want to throw that object so that it slams into the person, and I want that object to weigh like 100 pounds. Right, like if I do this, I'm throwing a 5-pound object at them. Whereas if I incorporate my hips and do that, if I can hit them with whatever part of this object, then that's going to obviously hit a lot harder, like hitting with like a heavier hammer or hitting with a heavier object. And then for even better awesome punching power, I want that object to be like the whole body. And if they're coming at me, I want them to feel like they just ran into a pike, like wedged into the ground, so it's just like boom. So any impact that's coming forward, I press. I want this impact to come from pressing into the ground, right? And so I want to be doing any of those things, or maybe all of them, because I can be throwing my 5-pound hands at them, or I can be hitting them with my body, right? So I want my legs to kind of rotate, and I want my hips to rotate, and I want that rotation to be connected to my hand, and boom. And so that hits a little bit deeper. And then the other one is that I want not just the momentum and the inertia behind my body to go into the punch, but I want their momentum and their inertia to go into the ground. Right, like if I push off the ground, if somebody wants to donate me a phone stand, or literally anything, if somebody wants to donate me absolutely anything, that would be great, because like I have just done all this for free, even though nobody ever told me it was of any value. And I think it has value, but yeah, I don't. It's this is right. Like I've been doing the research of every single laboratory on Earth all at once with no funding. And anyway, a phone stand would be great for you. It would be great for me. Maybe one of those like lapel mics or something that I could wear. Like that, what's that flexibility dude? Flexi dude? Okay, and so then there's those things, right? And those things you're kind of focusing on, well, like what's my body doing? Is my body hitting them correctly? Whatever your technique is for your strong punches, you're kind of like, is my technique correct? Is my body technique correct? Right. And then that'll take you up to like pretty good punches. But then there's also this like surrounding field, right? So how do you push on them? There's no object there, but there's still mind, right? There's still mind here. The person is aware of right here, and you're aware of right here and here, and you're both aware of like here. And so you can push that So like what you feel in your mind is whatever. So you're getting some feeling awareness and some sense of self and some identity from the surrounding space of your body, because that's where you are, right? So you're inferring like your location, yourself as an object and everything from the space around you. Like even if you don't think anything is there, like your mind is there, like you're aware of the space right here, so your mind is there. So if I can somehow use my mind to get all of that mind flowing, then their thoughts, their decisions, the attention will start to go backwards. And you see people do this with like the little Tai Chi tricks. They're just hitting with the space. They're blowing on the people, right? And everyone goes, oh, that's garbage. And it's like, okay, maybe for fighting it is, right? Like if we were in a splash fight, like if we're fighting and I'm able to splash you and you don't know water exists, like am I going to stop you with my splashing? Not necessarily, but practicality, if you can splash with the correct body mechanics and get the splash going as you have like a real punch or whatever, then all of a sudden the little Tai Chi tricks become very useful, very powerful. And you go, oh, it's just a trick, and it is just as much of a trick as splashing. And since it is field, since it is mind, you can't push on other people that hard without tapping into tremendous energies, right? The equivalent of like posting up, and if they run into you, at 10 miles an hour and you post, and it's like you've just transmitted tremendous energy from the ground into them, you can kind of post up in that mental realm and maybe push so hard that it like causes physical problems, as in like, it's actually hard to move because this person's using telekinesis on me. That's also tremendous energies. Like if you think about, like if you start using that and people see you and all this other stuff, it starts to cause a big problem. So people don't do super strong telekinesis like that because it attracts a lot of attention. And then once everybody figures it out, you feel the ball, right? So you don't do that, but you can like blow, and it's just like people do this all the time. And if you're like, imagine fighting some big bloodthirsty like bruiser type at the bar, and they like really want to fight. It's that there's a current coming at them. There's something pushing them towards you, some sort of rage is pushing them towards you, and that hits you and you go, oh my gosh, unless you like post up and you can feed on that the same way that you can feed on currents. And people do this unconsciously all the time. This is just how the mind works. So if you have an oppositional force, if they have a ton of will and whatever, you can feel that, and that's kind of this determination, and it actually makes it so that since it's pressing on you, you become more aware. So their energy makes you more aware. And it's the same thing with this like wizardry stuff. You can figure out how to use somebody else's energy, and you don't necessarily have to tap into that dark demonic power that you would need to actually push things so hard that it influences physical reality. You share mind, so it's like if I try and demotivate, motivate, like whatever, people are always influencing the mind, which is the direction of the currents around the body. That's what a motivational speaker's doing. That's what the other team is doing when they cheer or when they boo, is everyone's trying to change the currents around the body using words, spellcraft, but you don't actually have to talk, because you can, the same way that you can change the field around your body, like, oh, I'm going to be happy, and then you can like choose to be sad. That's your mind having direct physical control over the mood or the way that the currents of mind are moving around the body. And so to the same degree that you can control yours, just practically, silently, you can also control those same forces in other people, and that's just called the mental game. Right? So some people do actions and it amplifies them, but you can do it without any action. You can play the mental game without any action. You don't have to have like reasons to get it going. But anyway, so that's ultimate super punching power, and they don't let it on Instagram now if it's under 10 minutes. So you're welcome.